what do you think is the common reason why takers either IELTS or OET fail?
Okay, good. It's a very good question. Well, first and foremost, I think it's really about, this is what I always say in my class. You have to remember that, particularly for the IELTS, why many people fail the IELTS. I think my answer to that is, it's not about what you know alone. Sometimes we rely so much on what we know. And so we think that I know a lot. I've been using English for quite a while. And so I think I will be able to manage the test. The test of IELTS is more on the skills of your English, how you apply what you know. Okay. So it's really more on the how rather than the what you know. Okay. So if you really tell me that you know what you're saying or what you're talking about, it should manifest on how you explain it. It should be easy to understand. So basically that skill, I think sometimes we miss. For example, in the writing test, I just want to specify the writing test kasi medyo ang dami nagko-complain about that.
Yeah.
We've been writing all our lives. But then again, if the question basically is asking you, time is gold, what is your opinion on that? It's kind of vague, right? If you try to think about it. Oh, time is gold, what is your opinion? So basically, I've been highlighting about you are simply asked of your opinion. So when you are asked of your opinion, stick to the point that you are asked of what? Being precious. Time is gold. What is the synonym of that? Or what does this gold imply is precious. Time is precious. So your explanation should be about how, if you believe that time is gold and you agree on that, then you must justify, you must elaborate that really what is with time that makes it what? So precious.
So precious.
And so sometimes we know already, like I know this is very precious because, once it elapses, you cannot have it back.
Yes.
Right? It's very easy to think of the answer for that. But the IELTS examiners are more concerned on how are you going to present it.
Right.
So how are you going to write that? And when you write this thought, you are not going to be limited to one sentence or two sentences or one paragraph. You are to come up with 250 words.
Right, correct.
I think with that, it shows your lexical resource, the words that you use in order for you. Napaka-ironic nga eh. Kasi you should be easy to understand. Again, your writing should be easy to understand, but while you are thinking that it should be easy, you must also consider that your expertise is also magnified.
Correct.
Expertise on what? Dapat easy to understand, pero dapat wide lexical resource, dapat may mga collocations, dapat complex and compound sentences, pero dapat easy to understand siya. Hindi mo i-intimidate yung examiner mo. Kaya nga, yun yung irony about it. Easy to understand, but it should also show your expertise on the language.
Right.
So yun yung nakakalimutan natin. Kasi masyado tayong napofocus doon sa alam ko yung sagot, pero hindi natin masyado naiisip yung method. So yung tinitest ng IELTS is how much you know your English. Will this help you explain this further? And that it will be easy for me to understand, but it also shows that you're expert with the language. Yeah. And then the second thing, I think also, so again, what's that? It's not only knowing what to do, but it's also knowing how to do it.
Okay.
So it's the how. Yun yung pinaka-importante. Yun yung kailangan mong i-master sa IELTS. Kasi once you already know how to do it, kahit ano pa yung tanong, ma'am, sir, kakayanin mo siya. Okay? So I think yun, even with OET, you're expert, magaling ka, you've been practicing nursing for 20 years maybe, or 10 years, or 15 years. Okay, good. Yung medical background mo, ang galing ng foundation. Pero wait a minute, it doesn't end there. You are to show your linguistic expertise as you apply your medical, what?
Correct.
Parlance. Not only your medical parlance, but your medical capacity, your ability. Hindi siya limited dun sa medical terminologies. Kasi may times po, lalo na sa speaking, yung pasyente mo, hindi po siya nurse. So, ang doon, hindi mo dapat i-intimidate yung iyong what? Yung iyong
Examiner.
speaker, yung examiner mo, well, yung interrogator mo, na, oh, okay, magaling ako sa medical terms and so ito yung gagamitin ko. No,
Okay.
you have to make it easy for them as well to understand,
To
while you
understand.
are also showing your linguistic expertise or skills.
Okay. So I think that is really important because many people, especially those first-time takers, or the takers, they would say like, okay, I know how to speak English. I am a debater before. I am a writer before, and I have this confidence. And then here comes second take. Okay, nagsa-second take na ako because I did not make it on the first attempt. So yeah, that is really important. Now, the follow-up question with that is, when should one say, yes, I am ready to take now the IELTS or OET?
Okay, so first and foremost, I don't want to say you will ever be ready for it.
Yes.
Yes, because you will never have that confidence, because most, especially among my students, the scores that they're usually getting is also getting lower every now and then. Every time they answer quizzes like for this, and then as we progress, they also get low scores. So I can never say that you will be ready for the test. But one thing really, I think, that will give you at least a good barometer that you can say, maybe I'll be able to make it this time, is first and foremost, when you already present your writing in such a way that you yourself can also understand what you are writing, but it shows your expertise as well. Okay, what do you mean? What do I mean by that? So what I'm trying to say here is this. If I'm going to ask you, okay, to describe sunshine to a blind person, that is really difficult to answer, because, well, I may have things in my mind, like I will use other senses for me to be able to explain that. If you still feel that difficulty, that's normal, okay? But if that difficulty does not allow you to utter words and you'll not be able to speak fluently, or even if you are finding ways to really just, having your way out just to be able to answer your point, I think medyo hindi pa talaga dapat. Pero may times kasi that difficulty gives you that adrenaline rush. Kung kaya mo na yun ma-overcome, ito yung lagi kong sinasabi sa kanila. If it's easy for you to write and it has become easy for you to speak, then the examiner will also understand as easy as how you have absorbed what you said. Pero pag ikaw ay hirap pang magsulat, hindi mo maintindihan yung sinusulat mo mismo, magkano pong hindi maiintindihan ng reader, ng examiner mo yung sinusulat mo. The same manner with your speaking. If you cannot verbally explain yourself and there's just so much, inconveniences. So para bang napipil mo, hindi ko na-explain yung sarili ko, hindi klaro yung pagkasabi ko, or parang minsan nauutal ako, then I think that should ring a bell and that should give you a red flag that, wait a minute, I need to improve more of my skills. Pero difficulty is always there. It will give you adrenaline rush and you need that. Mahihirapan ka talaga. Lahat ng exams, well, mind-boggling talaga siya, even the simple questions. Pero ang tanong ko nga, namadalian ka ba mag-explain? Kung hirap ka pa, hindi siguro madalian or hindi siguro yung easy, pero more on, nagawa mo ba, nairaos mo ba yung tanong na naintindihan mo muna sa sarili mo. Hindi lang minsan, I had one student. Talent, yes. English expertise, yes. So talagang debater din siya. I don't mean you, okay? But someone else. So whenever I talk to, the accent is there. Mas magaling pa yung accent niya sa akin. Pero I told him, okay, it's a him. So I told him, you know what? You can impress me with what you say. But what is given more weight is how you say it. Nahihirapan ka masyadong i-explain yung point mo kahit ikaw naguguluhan ka. Even if I know that you can guise it with your fluency, your wide lexical resource, wow, grammatically complex and compound sentences. Pero wait a minute. Naintindihan mo ba yung sinabi mo? Kasi minsan you get to be carried away and so you mention so many big words, you have idiomatic expressions, but it's heading nowhere. I'm sorry, They're very keen on that. They know when you're just trying to impress them, but you cannot express yourself.
Right.
So that's the thing. It's not about impressing them, it's expressing yourself at the end of the day.
You know what, Mamsha? I'm giggling here because memories are coming back. And tama, what you're saying is really happening. Like especially yung mga gre-review, we thought that okay, we are already like this, we are more confident, but whenever we do the review, it seemed like doon nagsisink in ang lahat. That's why my next question for you is actually marami ang makaka-relate. So, with all this effort that you've put in, with all the money, with all the knowledge and time, and then there is this unacceptable event, yung parang, oh my God, yung desired outcome hindi ko nakuha. How would these takers deal with that? Failure.
Yeah.